How does DNA structure relate to its function in senior year biology? Imagine a tiny twisted ladder holding the instructions for building every living thing. That ladder is DNA, and its shape is key to how it works in our bodies. DNA is made of two long strands twisted into a double helix, kind of like a spiral staircase. Each strand is built from units called nucleotides, which include a sugar called deoxyribose, a phosphate group, and one of for nitrogenous bases, adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. These bases pair up specifically, adenine always with thymine, and cytosine always with guanine, forming hydrogen bonds that hold the strands together. This pairing makes the DNA stable and allows it to be copied accurately. The sequence of these bases along the DNA strand is like a code that stores genetic information. This code tells cells how to make proteins, which are essential for everything from muscle movement to enzyme activity. The double helix structure protects this information, ensuring it stays safe inside the nucleus of the cell. When a cell divides, the DNA unzips at specific points, thanks to the hydrogen bonds between bases. Each strand then acts as a template to create a new matching strand, making sure the genetic information is passed on correctly. DNA's structure also influences how it is packed inside the cell. In eukaryotic cells, DNA wraps around proteins called histones, forming structures called nucleosomes. These nucleosomes coil further to from chromatin and chromosomes. This packaging controls which parts of the DNA are accessible for making proteins. When DNA is tightly packed, it is usually inactive, but when it is loosely packed, it can be read and used to produce proteins. This process is essential for regulating gene activity, allowing cells to respond to changes and develop properly. Recent studies show that chromatin is not static but constantly changing shape. It folds and unfolds, creating domains that help determine which genes are active at any moment. This flexibility helps cells remember patterns of gene activity, which is important for growth, differentiation, and reacting to environmental signals. Understanding these structural features of DNA helps explain many biological processes, like how traits are inherited, how mutations happen, and how biotechnology tools such as gene editing work. Knowing how DNA's shape relates to its function helps students see the big picture of biology. It shows how the physical structure of DNA makes it possible to store vast amounts of information, copy it accurately, and regulate gene activity. Mastering these concepts is essential for excelling in senior year biology and preparing for future studies in genetics, medicine, and biotechnology. The double helix, base pairing, and packaging are all parts of a finely tuned system that keeps life running smoothly at the cellular level.